Jake never saw this coming. His rich grandpa just wanted to get his own way, so he forced a wife on Jake and made them marry. If Jake said no, the family fortune would go to the dog. That left Jake totally speechless. Never mind how crazy that sounds. The bride just happened to be Zoe, the one he couldn't stand in class. She always lectured him over the smallest things, and they both couldn't stand each other. But grandpa was dead serious. He didn't want Jake to make the same mistake he did. Turns out grandpa once had a girl he truly loved, but for all sorts of reasons they never ended up together. Decades later, both their spouses had passed away, so they finally got back together. But they still kept wishing they had just married from the start. And by pure coincidence, grandpa's old flame turned out to be Zoe's grandma, which is why this whole mess even happened. Zoe was totally against it at first. In her book, marriage should be with someone you actually like. But grandma had some dirt on her, and after whatever grandma said, Zoe started to waver. Grandpa gave them 3 days to think it over. Then he walked off like a boss. Jake got curious about Zoe's secret leverage, because that might be the way out of this. But Zoe refused to share a single word with him. They parted ways on bad terms. But Jake had no idea why she even hated him. It all started with test scores. Zoe would study her butt off, only to find Jake always ranked ahead of her. That drove her crazy, so she started picking fights for no reason. Over time, they genuinely grew to hate each other. When Zoe hinted about the marriage to her bestie Mia, Mia told her to just say yes, since the wedding would be after graduation anyway, and things might change by then. Plus, she didn't have a crush on anyone right now, so she might as well roll with it. Coincidentally, Jake was asking his sister Lily the same question, and got pretty much the same answer. She told him to agree for now, but even if he didn't, and ended up broke and miserable, she said she'd stick with him and scavenge trash together. That was pure reverse psychology on Jake. No way he'd let his sister live like that. 3 days later, both gave the exact same answer. They were willing to get married, and they would register right after college. But neither of them expected what came next. Grandpa had already bought them a house and told them to move in right away. He then took them straight to the front door. That left both of them completely stunned. And get this, their luggage was already inside. Plus, the marriage certificate was already processed. Before they could say no, Grandpa and Grandma took off. But now there was no backing out, since they both had agreed. At first, Zoe liked the way the place was set up. It was huge with plenty of rooms, so they could just stay apart and it'd be fine. But she had no idea, until she checked the bedroom and found only one bed. She asked Grandpa about it, and his answer was simple. Isn't it natural for a married couple to share a bed? He strictly forbade them from sleeping on the couch or floor, or else he'd go through with his earlier threat. Jake figured there might be cameras hidden somewhere, but he couldn't find a single one, so they had no choice but to unpack. By the time they finished, it was already night. But the real trouble was just beginning. Afraid Grandpa might have some surveillance trick, they had to share that one bed. First night, they planned to keep their distance and respect boundaries, but Grandpa had already thought of that. He deliberately bought a smaller bed. Jake could even clearly feel the warmth from her back and the scent of her shampoo. To distract himself, Jake asked Zoe why she agreed to this, and she said it was for her dream, so she would endure anything, no matter what. But getting married didn't mean they could skip school, so Zoe gave Jake a stern warning. She told him not to tell anyone in their class about them, but honestly, Jake wouldn't have wanted that drama anyway.